Welcome to melbournefc.com.au. We're talking with fitness guru of the club, Joel Hocking, who's putting the boys through their paces. And Joel, how's it going the pre-season so far?
Mate, it's obviously one of the busy times for us. We spend probably 40 or 50 hours a week here, and with the players probably with the majority of that time. So, mate, it's often flying. You don't really get a great deal of time to think, but, you know, there's issues with players and things that come up all the time and just keeps us on our toes. So it's going really, really well so far.
Different one for the Ds this year, being in the new facilities. It must be so much easier from your point of view just to organise and use better sort of equipment.
Absolutely. Obviously, one of the things is we've got everything that we need at our disposal. We've got a pool, we've got our really, really well-equipped gym. Recovery facilities are fantastic, and obviously having the oval outsides is really, really handy for us. So we can condense our program. We can actually fit a lot more detail into our program than we previously could at Junction Oval. So at the moment, everything's running really, really smoothly and really, really well.
There's always a few who are flying out on the track. I've got to ask you, who are they at the moment?
At the moment, we've got a fair few guys that are going really, really well. Guys that haven't had surgeries from previous years. Guys like Adam Marrick is going really, really well. He's had 2 or 3 previous surgeries in the last few pre-seasons. So he's probably having his best lead into a season that he's had so far. Jack Grimes is another one. Colin Sylvia going really, really well. And even a few guys in our rehab group like Neville Jetta, Luke Tapscott, coming back from hip surgeries are going really, really well.
And the new kids have arrived the other day, got 4 coming into the club. What do you do with them for their programs?
Well, they've only done 1 session so far. They did a skill session with the players yesterday, and you know, those guys will get a really gradual introduction to all of their, every single facet of their program up until Christmas, and we'll look to getting enough volume and enough strength into them for when they come back in January to actually start doing some more, I suppose, significant training with the players.
Just in terms of the pre-seasons you've been at with the club and now, how have you found this one in terms of advancement and just in terms of getting most people on the track?
I think that after you've been here for a couple of years, the players start to understand me as a person a little bit and understand the way I go about what I do, and they get used to the processes that we've put in place. And I think it's one of those things that now that the players are a little bit more used to it, it's something they can just click into gear and off and go. And you know, the young players that are coming into the team now are sort of, they'll catch up, but the players that have been here for a couple of years are definitely leading the way.
A few weeks up until Christmas, and then post, of course. How do you sort of work out a program around that period?
Yeah, we'll just continue to build the players' training load. So we've obviously have a pretty gradual approach early on. We've done some testing and stuff this week, and we'll gradually build up to Christmas, put some pretty solid running and some skills load into the players. And then over Christmas, when they don't do as much schoolwork, that we just continue the running load, but drop that overall intensity down just a fraction, and then build it back up again once we hit January.
6 more players are going to come into the club in 2 weeks' time. Is that difficult to sort of get them involved and because they're behind the 8 ball a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. They are, you know, in essence, they'll probably be 6 weeks behind every other player on our list, and it is a little bit, depending on how their bodies are and what sort of shape they present themselves in, does throw a little bit of a curveball at you sort of so late in the pre-season, but you know, we'll have to just take that sort of stuff into account when we get them and you know, program their program accordingly. Yeah.
And just the advancements in the game and the technology, I mean, what sort of something different, I guess, this year, the pre-season for you guys? Oh,
we're starting to develop a little bit more stuff. A few different things that we look at with our GPS. We're using Athletic Logic as a recording database this year. We've done a little bit of work on it last year, but that's basically a database where we can put every single piece of data into that we collect from a wellness point of view, from an athlete monitoring point of view, and have it all basically on hand to look at all the time. So that's one thing that's making life a little bit easier. Yeah, and obviously the GPS stuff's another real good one that we actually have a lot of data on now over the last 2 seasons, but we're going to just continue to progress that as we go. Yeah.
If I could just get you to pinpoint a name or two to just watch out for that's maybe come on so far in the pre-season.
I think Colin Sylvia is another bloke who's really set to have another good year. He had a bit of an unlucky one last year. I think he was going really, really well, but a couple of really odd injuries, you know, with a broken cheek and issues with his toe. So I think he's set for a big one. I think Jack Grimes, you know, fingers crossed that his body can hold up and we get the right work into him, can have another good year and play a few more games. So actually, number 7, Jamie Bennell, I reckon he'll have a ripper. Yep.
All right, great. Well, great talking with you, Joel, and good luck for the rest of the pre-season.
Thank you very much.